What is going on, CDL fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit of a different video. We're going to be reacting to a video I posted on February 1st of this year, giving my season predictions for the Vanguard CDL season. I don't even really remember exactly what I said in this video or who I predicted. I know it says in the title that I predicted champs, MVP, rookie of the year, and more. I remember who my champs prediction was, but I don't remember what any of my other predictions were. So I'm very interested to see what I predicted and, just react to these with you all. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. We already passed 150 subs, which is absolutely amazing. The growth has been insane the last few weeks. So thank you all so much for the support. I'm trying to hit 500 subs by the end of the year, and I can't do that without your support. But with that being said, let's just hop into reacting to this video. I'll probably end up obviously cutting out bits that aren't that important. We will, we'll start it off right here with my chance prediction. All right, so I obviously remembered that I predicted this. I predicted Toronto to win champs in Vanguard. Obviously, that did not go as planned. Let me remind you, when I posted this video, Toronto had won the what is that called? The kickoff tournament, like the preseason tournament. So they already looked good. Plus, I had just liked them as a favorite going into this year because of how good they were in Cold War. Obviously, they came in second in Cold War, and they were the second best team the entire year for the most part. So I really liked Toronto coming into this game, but obviously we also went and ended up getting top 6 at champs. Not the season that anyone would have predicted out of them, so definitely was not right on my chance prediction. Yeah, so I mean, if you heard what I just said there, I thought they were gonna be the number 1, number 2 team all season. Obviously that wasn't even close. I don't think Ultra was really even like a top 3 team at any point in the year, other than right in the beginning during the preseason kickoff tournament, maybe heading into stage 1. So yeah, bad prediction out of me for champs, but we keep moving. Predict CleanX for my MVP, right? If you heard my rationale, if I'm thinking Toronto's going to be a top 2 team all year long, it's reasonable to pick one of their players. So I think that makes sense. I did pick CleanX as the MVP, which I think if you look at Toronto this year, CleanX was their best player all year long. So that wasn't a terrible prediction out of me, but obviously CleanX wasn't even close to being in the MVP conversation because Toronto just didn't perform this year. So that's another unfortunate prediction, but I think it made sense at the time, in my opinion. Pred. All right, so I got a prediction correct. So we're ready. We got 1 out of the 3 so far correct. As I said, consensus pick. I think it makes sense. Most people thought Pred was going to be a top talent coming into the game. Obviously, he was a top talent in the Challengers and APAC, so he looked really good coming into this. And then in the kickoff tournament, obviously, he also looked really good. So I finally got one of them right. Mac. Okay, so I put Mac as my breakout star. So I said kind of like someone who would put themselves in that top 15, top 10 conversation. I don't think Mac was in that conversation at the end of the year. He had a good year. He definitely, I think an underrated player this season because he was really outperformed by like Pred and Sib. But, not a bad shout for Mac to be breakout player of the year, but definitely I don't think kind of lived up to what I said. Okay, so we're about to go through kind of like people I think will end up being top 5 MVP runner-up type players. I really hope I say something smart here. Hydra, okay, Hydra number 1. I don't think that's the terrible thing. He was probably the best player on New York this year. I think you could argue, maybe Paul X. When Paul came in and then Kiz came in, it's really turned this team around. But Hydra did put up really good numbers all year long. So he definitely wasn't in MVP conversations because of how bad New York performed. But I do think Hydra was, he was a top talent this year, so I think that makes some sense. Skies, oh, that's okay. That didn't really work out the way I anticipated. Obviously, Skies is a top talent. He's very, very good. He's one of the solid ARs in the league. Florida obviously did end up having a good year. Awakening was definitely a more, I would say a better player, I guess you'd say, or maybe their best player throughout the entire year. Definitely Hydra was a little bit of a better pick than Skies, who coincidentally might end up being teammates this year, which is funny, but I did expect a big year out of Skies because of how good he was in Cold War. I thought he was pretty underrated, but unfortunately not MVP caliber year. Kenny, okay, this was a good, finally, that's another good prediction. This is another one I can mark off as a check in the success category. Kenny definitely, obviously he ended up being an MVP candidate. Should he have been an MVP candidate over like Pred, officially in the CDL season? No, but I think Kenny ended up being, an MVP candidate at the end of the year, like a top 5 type guy at the end of the year, not throughout the entire season. I think this was a good shout. You know, Kenny started off really bad in the beginning of the season, even throughout the midway of the season, but you know, stage 3 started into stage 4, and obviously champs is where he picked it up the most. So definitely, finally, another check off in the book. All right, so that runs it down for the video. So let me switch my camera over real quick. So basically, we got like 2 predictions right. I think predicting Kenny as a top player was somewhat right, and then, you know, picking Pred, obviously his rookie of the year, was correct. The rest of them were pretty off, but you know, unfortunately that's how it goes when you're making prediction videos. I'm going to do another one of these videos, these prediction videos, for the 2023 season before that starts, and then at the end of that year, hopefully I remember and I'll react to it just like I'm doing right now. I think it'll be really interesting to kind of do this year in, year out, and really like sort of see maybe how my knowledge and predictions sort of develop throughout the years. But hopefully you all did enjoy this video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe for more CDL and MW2 content. I really hope you enjoyed, and with that being said, hopefully I'll see you all in the next video.